Hey art friends, in this video we're going to draw a brown pelican. I hope you're going to follow along with me. It's going to be really fun. Let's get started. We're first using our gray color pencil to draw the main shapes of our bird. We're going to start up here in the top left to draw his head. And then we're going to draw the body down here. So we'll draw an oval shape. We're going to draw him sitting on a post. There's the main shape for our head. Now we're going to draw the pelican beak coming down. So we're going to draw it can also be a little wavy too. It doesn't have to be straight. This is for the center of our beak. Then we're going to draw the top. So it has a little forehead right here, and then it goes into the beak. And then right at the end, it curves, has a little hook. Then up here, we're going to start at the chin, and we're going to draw the bottom of the beak coming forward. And then we're going to crash right into the hook. So we got this kind of wobbly, wavy line, just like the center of the beak. And then we can also curve the middle, or where the beak opens, into the end. Then we can draw a little curve where the beak changes color. And we're going to draw also a little curve here. But we're also going to come down to draw the fleshy part of the bill or the beak. So this part opens up and expands and fills up with lots of fish. So we're going to draw that a little darker than the rest of the beak. Then his eye, we're going to draw a circle right above the mouth that comes back. Okay, now right here, we also have the feathers that come over the eye, and then they're going to come into the chin. And then this part is dark, or that fleshy part that doesn't have any feathers. Now let's draw the neck. We're going to start from the back of the head, and we're going to curve out and come back towards the beak. And then we're going to S-curve over here to where the body starts. Now let's draw a big oval shape for the body. Well, we can start here and actually start the belly line coming down. Maybe we'll just draw the belly, the full belly, and then we can draw the top of the body. We're going to draw it coming this way, down, like that. And then we can come back and let's redraw the S curve so that it goes into the back of our bird a little bit more smooth. Then the back line, I'm going to crash right into the beak, and the neck is white, but the body is black and also white or silver color. Then we can draw the wings. I'm going to start right here, and we're going to curve down across the body and into the tail. And let's add the tail right here. We'll draw a U shape. Now we can draw the legs. We're going to draw it coming out of the body and then bending forward. We can draw the other side of the leg, matching. And then this is the post that we're going to have our pelican sitting on. We can draw a horizontal line and then 2 lines down for the sides of the post. We could also draw the little webbed foot coming over the edge to make it more 3D. Then we can also draw the other leg. Let's draw it bending forward. And this one we'll draw in the shadow. This one will be a lot darker to make it look further away. And we did it. We finished drawing our pelican. He looks really cool. We got all of the main shapes and the guidelines just the way that we want it. Now you can pause the video, take extra time to get these lines just how you want them. You could also change your drawing to make it a little different. You can even add more things to the background. I'm going to leave it just like this. We're going to switch to our markers, and I've picked out my colors. I'm using my alcohol-based Art for Kids Hub markers. If you have the same set, you can use the same colors. Also, don't worry, you can use a different brand and just pick out colors that are similar. So I'm using a light gray CG1, medium gray CG5, dark gray CG9. This is almost a black. Then we have our yellow 33, a really light yellow number 26, and then also our 23 orange. And also a warm gray for the post, WG7. This first step, we'll fast forward. So remember to pause the video, but I'm gonna add the first layer and we're gonna color it in solid. So you can pause the video, take that extra time to color in your drawings. Now that we have that first layer in it, it's starting to come to life. It looks awesome. And also don't worry about making your drawings look exactly like mine. The most important thing is to have fun and practice. Just use my drawing as inspiration for yours. Okay, now let's add the second layer with our markers. I'm switching to my CG9. This is really dark gray. And we're gonna add the feather texture on the body. So I'm gonna start here. We're gonna draw a dark shadow that's up here close to the neck. And we're also gonna come down the belly, and I'm just gonna draw a line that comes down and connects to the leg. We're gonna color everything below this dark or color it in solid. Then I'm gonna draw another line coming out at the back of the leg and connecting to the tail. We could also create a shape back here on the tail to darken in the tail. And let's color below that solid. I also changed this texture on the tail to look a little different. Now that we have this colored in solid, also the leg, let's add that texture for the feathers. I'm gonna just create these little dashed lines going different directions, and some of these can be longer and shorter. Some can be little dots. We're gonna use that texture to fill in all the way to the back of our bird. Then we can also come up here. Let's add a little texture line coming down to split the wing on its back. We can also add those little texture lines coming out of that line going down the back. Then when we're over here at the end of the wing, we can make some of these feather lines a lot longer. Also long down here by the tail. There, I really like how that feather texture is starting to look. Now let's switch to our black color pencil. We're gonna use this to draw some of the smaller details and also add shading. Let's start with the eye. I'm gonna add a thin black line that goes over the top of our orange eye here. Then we're gonna draw a circle for the actual eyeball. And then we can draw a dot inside. Now our little pelican is starting to get some personality. We can also add some texture shading marks in here for the skin. This is that fleshy part of the face. So you can make it look wrinkled by adding darker shadows on top of that CG9 dark gray marker. Now let's also sharpen the line for the beak. And I'm gonna add a really light shadow or texture to the beak. I'm using just the side of my pencil going down so that it's not this perfect orange color. Then as the feathers go over the back of the head, I'm gonna draw a few little spiky feathers sticking out of our pelican's head. And then we'll come back into the neck. And because I'm using colored pencil, I'm not erasing any of the lines. So we have some of these construction lines. You can switch to a white colored pencil and lighten up some of those pencil lines if you want. I'm also using a yellow colored pencil to try and hide some of those lines. You can also use it to blend on the neck and add some shading. Now switching back to the black colored pencil, we're gonna add shading to the body. I'm gonna press firm towards the bottom of the body. And then as we come up towards the wing, we're gonna get lighter and lighter. And you can also add a shadow right underneath the wing. I'm gonna use my CG5. This is that medium gray to darken this front leg and also the foot. And we're almost finished. I'm gonna add one more thing to the wing. We're using our black colored pencil to add more texture and feathers to make it look even more realistic. I'm pressing very lightly just to get these ghosted in. I don't want to press too hard so that they're dark lines. I want these to be really light. And I'm also trying to make them messy or go in different directions so that it looks more natural. Then on top of that texture, I'm gonna add some shading. I'm using the side of my pencil to darken in the bottom of the wing. Okay, one more thing. We're using our white colored pencil to add highlights to the beak and maybe even add some highlights to the wing, just the top. Okay, the highlights on the wing didn't show up as much. That's okay. We're just experimenting and figuring things out as we go. But sometimes it doesn't work out, and that's okay. We just keep going. I'm also adding some highlights to the post. I think this looks cool, adding this texture in, making it look like wood. And we did it. We finished drawing our brown pelican. It turned out really cool. And I'm sure your drawings turned out awesome too. Remember, you can finish your drawing by adding a background. Maybe there's some trees or even the ocean. And I hope you had a lot of fun following along with me and drawing a pelican. And we'll see you later, our friends. Goodbye.